Hello my loves, Tony here to share a new to me stitch that I've been going bonkers over. This is the Tunisian crochet basket weave. It combines the Tunisian knit and reverse stitches for a texture that is out of this world. Now if you're excited to learn this new stitch with me, be sure to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss future uploads. For today's tutorial, I'm using a 6mm Tunisian crochet hook and worsted weight yarn. Let's get right to it. To begin, we'll need a chain that is a multiple of 8 plus 6. So for my chain, I'm doing 2 multiples of 8, which brings me to 16, plus 6, that brings me to 22. So we'll start off by placing a slip knot on the hook, then yarn over and pull through for 1, here's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, and 2. Next, we need to rotate our chain to find the back channel of bumps. Now the loop that's on our hook counts as our first stitch, so we can skip this first chain and we'll find the second chain. Insert your hook under the bump of the second chain, then yarn over and pull up a loop. And we'll do that for each chain down the line. So by the end, we should have the same number of loops on our hook as the number of chains we started with, and that would be 22. One more chain here. Perfect, 22. Now let's start the return pass. Yarn over your hook and pull through 1 loop to start. Then yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2, and we'll yarn over and pull through 2 all the way back until we have just 1 loop left on our hook. Just a couple more stitches to go, and that completes the return pass of our foundation. Now let's jump into our stitch pattern. So the first loop on our hook always counts as our first stitch, so we're skipping that first stitch and we need to find the next 4 stitches. Skipping this first vertical bar, we need to place a knit stitch in our next stitch. So we'll find the front and back bar of that stitch and work into the space between those bars. So insert your hook into that space, pushing to the back, yarn over and pull up a tall loop. So there's 1, here's 2, here's 3, and 4. Now we need to do 4 reverse stitches. So we need to find the back bar of the next stitch, insert your hook in the space before that stitch, and then on the way out I'm going to use the tip of my hook to grab that back bar, yarn over and pull up a loop. For the next stitch, insert the hook in the space before the stitch, use the tip of the hook to grab that back bar. Here's 3 and 4. Now 4 knit stitches. Here's 1 knit stitch, here's 2, 3, and 4. Next, 4 reverse stitches. Here's 1, here's 2, making sure I keep that yarn in the back. Here's 3, taking my time to make sure I grab that back loop. And 4. Now we've got 5 stitches left, and we need to put knit stitches in each of the next 4. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now to work our edge stitch, we still want to make sure we grab both loops of that edge stitch. So to take a look, we'll pull the corner of the work away, and we're going to see 2 sets of V's sitting on top of each other. We need the bottom set of V's, not the top, the bottom. We've got that tall bar sitting in the front and the shadow right behind. I'm going to use the sharp tip of my hook to insert under that tall bar and the shadow all at once, yarn over and pull through both of those loops to complete the edge stitch. And by the end, we should have the same number of loops on our hook as the number of chains we started with. Now we can do the return pass, yarn over and pull through 1 to start, then yarn over and pull through 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 all the way back until we have 1 loop left on our hook. We'll repeat that last row 3 more times, but let's do 1 more together. Skipping this first vertical bar, we're going to knit each of the next 4 stitches. Inserting your hook between the front and back bar of the stitch, pushing to the back, yarn over the hook and pull up a tall loop for 1, here's 2, here's 3, and 4. Now 4 reverse stitches. Using the tip of my hook, I'm going in the space after the stitch I just made, and then on the way out using the tip of my hook to grab that back bar. So now we'll yarn over and pull up the loop for 1, again for 2, Here's 3 and 4, followed by 4 knit stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we've got 4 reverse stitches. Here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you'd repeat that across till you get to your last 5 stitches, which is where we are, and we'll knit 4, there's 2, 3, and 4, and work our edge stitch. Again, pulling the edge of our work away so we can find the 2 loops of our edge stitch, yarn over and pull through both, then yarn over, pull through 1 to start the return pass, yarn over, pull through 2, and 2, and 2, and 2, until we have 1 loop left on the hook. Repeat this row 2 more times, then join me when you're ready for the next 4 rows of our 8-row repeat. I completed my first 4 rows of the repeat and it looks lovely. If you need to orient yourself, look for the V's on the right side of your work. So this first V is our foundation, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of our pattern. Now we're ready for the next 4 rows. Now I'm sure you can guess, but we're going to start with reverse stitch this time. We're just going to switch them. So first loop on our hook still counts as our first stitch. We're skipping that first vertical bar and we're ready to put a reverse stitch in that next stitch. It's a little tricky starting a row with a reverse stitch, so follow me first. I'm going to open up that space, and with my yarn in the back, I'm going to dip my hook down into the space after that first stitch, and again using the tip of my hook to grab the back bar of that next stitch. Now I can yarn over and pull up the loop. One more time together. Find the space after that first stitch and adjust your work however you need to, but we've got the front and back bar of that first stitch, front and back bar of the next stitch. I'm going to insert my hook in the space between those stitches, and as I'm coming back out, I'm going to use the tip of my hook to grab the back bar of that stitch. Just like that. Takes a little practice, but you got this. So there's 1 reverse stitch, here's 2, here's 3, and 4. We'll follow that with 4 knit stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 reverse stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This one's going to make you work for it. Then 4 knit stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We work this to the last 5 stitches, which are right here, and we'll need to work 4 reverse stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then our edge stitch, just make sure you're grabbing both of those loops. Beautiful. Yarn over, pull through 1, then yarn over, pull through 2, 2, and 2 all the way back. I think you got this. Join me at the beginning of the row and we'll do 1 more row together. Just finished my return pass. Skipping that very first stitch, we're going to insert our hook into the space after that first stitch, grabbing the back bar of the next stitch for our first reverse stitch, our second, here we go for our third, 1 more time for the fourth. Now 4 knit stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 reverse stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 knit stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at our last 5 stitches here. We need to do 4 reverse stitches. There's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Work that edge stitch, beautifully done, and the return pass. Return pass always starts with a yarn over, pull through 1 first, then we yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and 2, and 2, until we have just 1 loop left on the hook. So just the standard return pass here. Fantastic. So you'll want to put the other 2 rows of our 8-row repeat onto your work, then join me back here and we'll do the bind off together. Let's give our work a count to make sure we've got all 8 of our rows. First V down here is our foundation, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 pattern rows. Fantastic. Now we need to bind off, but we're going to bind off in pattern to make sure we don't lose any of this beautiful basket weave stitch. You see how we have reverse stitch here? So we're going to continue with our reverse stitch. We're going to pull up a loop, just like we've been doing in reverse stitch before, but instead of pulling through one loop, we're going to pull through both loops on our hook, just like that. Grab the next stitch, yarn over, pull through both loops. Now it's imperative that you keep a loose tension here so we don't get any puckering at the top of the work, but we're going to work 4 of those reverse stitches as slip stitches. Now we've got our knit stitches. Insert as for knit stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through the remaining loop on the hook as well. Here we go. So there's 1, here's 2, pulling through that loop, here's 3, and 4. You'll notice that I'm doing this very slow, and that's intentional to make sure I keep nice even tension along the top of my work. Now for the reverse stitches, insert into the stitch just like we've been doing before, yarn over and pull through both loops that are on the hook. And we're going to repeat this across the row, working our reverse stitches like reverse stitches and our knit stitches like knit stitches, just slipping that remaining loop off the hook as well. There's 2 knit stitches, 3, and 4. Now just a few more reverse stitches. There's 1, here's 2, 3, and 4. Now we just need to work our edge stitch, but we need to grab both of those loops, yarn over, and we're going to pull through everything on the hook. Beautiful. Now before you go, I want to beg you to block your swatch, because look at this. These are the same yarns. Here's an unblocked swatch, and you can see how stiff it is, but look at that block swatch. It's wild, and I just steamed it. So you want to put it face down and steam it. Remember, unblocked swatch on the left, block swatch on the right. That's it for today, but can we give some love to my manicurist, Harry? He has been killing it lately, and these unicorn nails are perfect. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel and find many more tutorials right here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!